70099.
As part of the South Christian is proud to serve our community with high-quality snacks and gift ideas. Our beef jerky and snack sticks are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go snacking, meal prep for aspiring athletes, or gift. They're also a great addition to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift boxes, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs, an ideal gift for friends, family, or your business. Plus, enjoy case pricing to stay on budget with your weekly meal prep. Heard about us in this ad? Save 10% on your order when you visit us at Little Old Marketplace in Caledonia, our main location. Feel free to ask Bruce for a tour sometime. When you see Big O in the wild, grab a package and enjoy premium fuel while supporting local markets and shops. Visit BigOSmokehouse.com or call 616-891-5555. We're happy to help you get to the best you've ever had premium protein to keep you running at full power. Bob's Collision, located at 3731 Eastern Ave, is here for all your collision repair needs, from minor fender benders to heavy collisions. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1967, we take pride in what we do. Welcome to the Sobe Company pregame show here on Michigan Sports Radio. My name is Bryce Sack, and I'm delighted to bring you tonight's action between the South Christian Sailors and the East Grand Rapids Pioneers. Tonight's matchup will be the 10th meeting between these two teams, where the Pioneers had the better of the Sailors with a 7-2 record. South Christian, however, has bragging rights with a 42-28 victory in last year's 2024 matchup. Both teams opened their season against their arch rivals. South Christian knocked off Grand Rapids Christian 27-13, while East Grand Rapids had a tough one and a 70-40 loss to their arch rival Lowell. One team looks to get back on track, while the other looks to continue in building it on early season success. Quick recap of last season's 2024 campaign. South Christian had a roller coaster of a season after winning their first 4 games in some thrilling victories over Grand Rapids Christian, East Grand Rapids, West Catholic, and Wyoming, and that's before dropping 4 in a row through their gauntlet of a schedule with Forest Hill Central, Zeeland East, Unity Christian, Zeeland West, and in a nearly must-win scenario, the Sailors concluded their season with a 26-20 victory over Catholic Central that placed them in the playoffs. That's where the fun began. After an easy first-round 35-7 victory over Holland Christian, South did the unthinkable with a massive upset over Unity Christian. The Dream survived another couple weeks before they met Niles in the semifinals, fell to Niles 62-30. East Grand Rapids went 5-4 in the regular season with the home opener victory over Lowell and lost to South Christian the following week. And then had a win over Grand Rapids Christian, followed by 2 consecutive losses to Northview and Holland Christian, followed by 3 wins in a row over Middleville, Ottawa Hills, and Catholic Central. They finished their season in a very unique way with a 24-0 loss to Forest Hill Central, but they, with their playoff ticket cashed and waiting to see who they're going to face next, they ended up having a rematch of their Week 9 matchup against that same Ranger team where they lost 7-0, concluded their season. As we look forward to tonight, this one should be a dandy, as we have a new-look South Christian offense that was led last week by a 3-headed monster in the run game. Isaac Osterhaven, Jesse Vandergrind, and Kyle McCliskey split 28 carries, while junior quarterback Austin Burgess shined bright in his first start, going 13 for 15, 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. East Grand Rapids has some talent on their side as well, with all-star offensive line and defensive lineman Grant Adloff, the 6'3", 250-pound junior lineman with scholarship offers from Toledo and Western Michigan has played since his freshman season and paves the way for an EGR run game that averaged 7 yards a carry in 2024. The Pioneers will need to replace 6'9", 300-pound left tackle Kyle Kowalski, but with Adloff and teammate Cole Berkey, a 6'6", 275-pounder, Back on the line, EGR is the foundation for another strong run game. It's going to be a great one, and we thank you for joining us on tonight's Sobey Company pregame show. For over 85 years, the Sobey Company has been a premier commercial construction contractor, specializing in everything from walls and ceilings to floors and insulation. We've been part of almost every large commercial construction project in West Michigan, including the newly constructed South Christian High School, Byron Center Christian renovations, and the 2 expansion projects at Dutton Christian. Our skilled and talented craftsmen can make any interior dream a reality. Go Sailors. All right, we'll be right back after this. Get ready for kickoff here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
For exceptional oral care from Grand Rapids to Reed City, trust the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. With 2 convenient locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, we make even complex procedures seem easy. Whether you need wisdom teeth removed, multiple tooth extractions, or a dental implant consultation, we offer flexible scheduling. Our team works seamlessly with your general dentist to provide safe and accessible care. Call us today at 616-361-7327 or visit GrandRapidsOralSurgery.com.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are, your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Welcome in as we are seconds away from kickoff here. Delighted to have you joining us tonight from Nichols Athletic Center at the campus of Byron Center High School. My name is Bryce Sack, and I'm joined by the great Taylor Johnson in the booth tonight as we are gearing up for week 2 of an exciting matchup between the Sailors of South Christian and the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Taylor, good to have you here tonight. It is a picture-perfect evening.
Beautiful day here over at Byron Center. It's good to be back. Sun is shining. A little windy today here tonight, Bryce. We'll see how it affects the quarterback. See if both teams decide to run a little bit more. But it's good to call it a home game, you know, for our varsity team here today at Byron. Big thanks to all the people over here being so generous, helping us use the field. But this should be another good one.
Should be fun. You mentioned the run game. South Christian, 3-headed monster last week of running backs. East Grand Rapids going to do much of the same in their offense. They like to attack on the ground. Excited to bring you video coverage here tonight on Michigan Sports Radio and streaming through the Sailor Zone. It's great to be back home, Taylor, as you mentioned, for the first home game for the Sailors here playing at Byron Center. And coming off a exciting Week 1 rivalry victory, a 27-13 win over Grand Rapids Christian. One that score was a little close, but it didn't feel too close really throughout the game. Sailors maintained a lead really throughout the game and controlled that game in many ways. And good first Week 1 outing.
Yeah, especially for, first start for Austin Burgess. I think that was a huge step for him. I'm really curious to see how he is tonight in Week 2. If he's more settled in, maybe they let it rip a little bit more early. But I thought the play calling the first game really got him settled in. So I think he'll be a little more confident here tonight.
You mentioned Austin Burgess looked really, really solid stepping in for Carson Viss. will actually tune in live to the field for the national anthem. Here we go as we gear up for the first quarter. First quarter is brought to you by Dutton Christian School. Dutton Christian School is where their mission is clear: to nurture the heart with biblical truth, equip the mind through academic excellence, and impact the world for Christ. From classrooms to chapels, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points toward students to God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. South Christian wearing their famous navy blue tops, white pants, and then that classic white helmet with the blue stripe. East Grand Rapids donning the away road whites with their gold pants, gold or yellow. I suppose probably should have confirmed that pregame, but gold pants with their gold helmets, blue stripe, and numbers on the side. So, Taylor, we talked about, you already mentioned Austin Burgess and the game he had last week. All season long, all preseason, we're talking about how are you going to replace the lineage of the South Christian quarterback, because it goes beyond just Carson Viss. He's been the star for the last couple of years. There's been some really good quarterbacks before him, and for better or worse, or not for better or worse, for better, Austin Burgess answered the call.
Yeah, I was really proud of him, for really stepping in there. You think about Carson Viss, Jake DeHaan, Jonathan Waslink, and we've had some tremendous quarterbacks here at South Christian. Really been spoiled with elite quarterbacks. Jake DeHaan, I know, is still over playing at Toledo. Marcus Bradman's son was a Chase. Chase, started at Calvin last year. So we've had a lot of really good quarterbacks here at South. Not a lot of times it's a junior first-time quarterback. So this is a big thing for him. I think he stepped up great in week one. Really curious to see how it is week two.
East Grand Rapids won the toss. They're going to prefer to be on defense first, so we will get to see Austin Burgess leading this South Christian offense here as we get ready for tonight's action. Hey, the kickoff is brought to you by Family Fare. Family Fare's weekly special is Frito-Lay snacks. Buy two, get one free. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for all specials. Here we go, folks, gearing up for this week 2 matchup.
How about the student section here tonight, Bryce? Pink out in the week 2. I mean, we got everything down there. I wish people could see it on the screen, but I can't say pink out would be one of my first choices if I was in high school right now, but that's what we got.
Kids are kids. Will Klein on the kick, low line drive to Rock. Rock takes it from left to right, or right to left, up his way across the 20 to the 23. Gets brought down on that left side hash, and that's where we'll get to see Austin Burgess.
Yeah, great block there by Isaac Osterhaven. Just laid that kid out. Just really setting the tone, I think. These kids get so amped up in the locker room. There's nothing like that first hit. Once they get that first hit out of the way, I think they definitely settle in a little bit more.
We get to see the stable running backs that South Christian has. All 3 backs had at least 8 carries last week. To start the way for the Sailors will be Isaac Osterhaven. He's in the game. Close bunch set. Rock lined up on the short side. 2 wide receivers to the right. That's Owen Burgess and Charlie Vermas. Is Burgess and Blackport shift left. So does Osterhaven. Osterhaven takes the carry off that left tackle, bounces off the tackle, spins around, brought down, gain of 2.
Again, we see, two motion, lineman and tight end come over the left side. Last week, we saw them run behind the freshman Dax Blackport a lot. First play of the game, same thing, right behind Blackport.
Big body to follow as Osterhaven gets that first carry. 10 carries for him last week, 22 yards, but he was the go-to on the short down. 1 catch for 22 yards as well. As Osterhaven shifts, similar formation as before. This time, Blackport and Burgess lined up wide. High snap goes way over Burgess' head as that bounces around. Burgess got to get on it, and he doesn't. And instead, East Grand Rapids picks up the fumble in the end zone and scores on a second down high snap, giving the Pioneers an early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, just a really bad snap over the top, and it rolled all the way down. I thought Austin Burgess could have really dove on the ball right there at the 1 or 2. It's almost like he didn't know the defender was coming after the ball as well, and he almost tried to pick it up. And next thing you know, East Grand Rapids ball, touchdown Pioneers.
Yeah, you nailed it there, Taylor. I think just didn't see him coming. I thought he was home free. Yeah. So instead, East Grand Rapids capitalizes early. Sailors a bit shell shocked here. As Klein comes on for the point after, kick is up, and it is good. 11 minutes, 4 seconds to go in this first quarter. South Christian down early, 7-0. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
It's a tough look there, a tough start for South Christian. High snap, Joseph Gritter. Gritter is the center on that play. We didn't see that really at all last week. Every snap was pretty clean. A bit surprising for the center, Joshua Gritter, 6'2" junior.
Yeah, definitely not the start that Danny Brown, the Sailors, wanted, but, that's part of it. A little adversity here in the first quarter. They get the ball back. They got to make a great drive right here and get it back.
Convincing South Christian win in this matchup last year, 42-28. Already East Grand Rapids pouncing on the opportunity for some revenge. Kick by Klein goes deep again, this time fielded by Rock at the same position. He does the same thing, goes right to left, tries to break a tackle, loses control of the football, and I think that bounces right in the hands of the Pioneers. And that one, waiting for the signal. Yeah, I think. Wait, no call here. Oh, it's going to stay with South Christian, and some gasps of fresh air as we're next to the Sailor coaching booth. They're lucky because South Christian pounces back on that ball, and they're going to stay on offense.
Yeah, you got the 10th grader, sophomore, Eastern Rock. Not known for a power back. We saw in week 1, did a lot of speed carries, had a great inside slant touchdown. But that time he just got a little loose with the ball, trying to fight for that extra yard, when really it's just kind of take the hit and go down, make sure you protect the ball. But, man, shaky start here for the Sailors. They got to calm down here a little bit, Bryce.
Hopefully they'll do that here as they're back on offense now. 2 wide at the far side. Blackport in at slot back. He motions right to left. Now back to right. Handoff goes to Oshiev. No play action pass to Burgess on that slant. That left side. Nice pitch and catch from Burgess to Burgess. 9-yard completion. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Dylan Buck with good coverage on the play, but actually a really good pass by Austin Burgess to Owen Burgess. Kind of put it in the one spot that only Owen could get it. You knew he was going to get tackled right away. Good concentration also by Owen on the catch.
5 catches, 169 yards for Owen Burgess last week. 2 touchdowns. Big night for the senior. Pistol set. Blackport on the left. Oshraven steps up to the shotgun. Gets from the right, goes left over that left tackle sweep. Turns the corner, gets upfield to the 39 across the 40. Nice yards after contact as Oshhaven didn't give up on the play. Gave Sailors a first down.
Yeah, good run. Big tackle there by Goose. It's kind of just wrapped him up and threw him down. But looks like the Sailors are going to go a little fast here, Bryce.
It's a quick tempo here as Jesse Vandengreen is in the game with Blackport lined up both side. Handoff to Vandengreen. Nice pursuit by East Grand Rapids as that was Grant Aldoff Adloff all over that. Taylor, he's the all-star who's getting some MAC recruiting looks.
Yeah, just beat our right side of the line. Jolersman, Hunterman just had no chance on that right side. He just got right by him. There was nothing there.
Grant Adloff played both sides. I believe he's being recruited as an offensive lineman, but of course he's making his presence known. That nose tackle position, that defensive tackle position in this 4-3 defense for the Pioneers. Play action, Burgess dumps it off to Blackport. As he tries to cut it upfield, slips and falls. He lost his footing, tackled by the turf monster. That's going to be a loss of yards.
I think that was Blackport's first catch of his high school career. Freshman.
He had one last week.
One last week, okay. One last week as well, but you can kind of see right there, fake the handoff a little to try to get him in open space, but just kind of slipped and fell. Should have probably gotten back to the line of scrimmage, so another tough break for the Sailors.
Danny Brown spoke very highly of him all season, trying to get him adjusted to the speed of the high school game. He tried to do that there. Unfortunately lost his footing. Now Blackport in motion. Sailors on the far right hash. As Burgess rolls out, gets a nice block on the edge. Dumps it off deep. He's looking for Owen Burgess at the 50s on the South Christian sideline and sails that ball. This will be a 4th down, and Sailors forced to punt.
Familiar play right there. They love to do that with Carson Viss last year. He kind of spin out the backside, roll out to the field side, and try to get that post route. Had Owen Burgess. I felt like Austin didn't really get set, kind of sidearmed it a little bit and just let him a little bit too much. And I know Owen's frustrated right there, too, because he was open, and he's not open very much, Bryce.
No, it is. After last week's performance and, last season, it's just an all-star junior standout season. I know defenses are eyeing number 2 closely. Now Burgess will stay in the game to snap. Another low snap as that one's blocked. That one's going to bounce out of bounds. It does, and great block. I believe that was Adloff as he's making his presence known in this game. That's going to set up the Pioneers in fantastic field position.
Yeah, just another tough break here for the Sailors, but I think it goes back to the snap. Bad snap there again. Austin, again, kind of took his time trying to get to the right side to punt it, and great job by EGR just getting off the line and making a great punt. And next thing you know, now here we go. The defense has to step up for South Christian, otherwise they're going to be down 2 scores.
South Christian will be looking to their linebackers, Caleb Winicky, Cashin Van Salkema, and Jack Weiss. At those 3 linebacker sets, South Christian obviously rotates in a handful of different safeties from their nickelback positions. Right now they're going to show 4 down linemen as EGR comes out in that veer led by quarterback Josh McCoon. Handoff up the middle goes to Marlowe. That's Brody Marlowe. So he gets the first carry of the night.
Yeah, good stop there by the Sailors defensive line, just kind of plugging that hole. But, they got great field position. East Grand Rapids, we know, likes to run the ball. They have good athletes, but they tend to run over pass. So we'll kind of see what they do, kind of how aggressive they're going to be trying to get this score.
Now they're going to run over 75. Grant Adloff, he's in that left guard position. James Preston, left tackle. Caden Goosens, center. Cole Berkey, right guard. And Wade Happel, that right tackle position. 2 wide receivers out wide. That's Tyler Blake and Dylan Buck. Handoff now up the middle. It's actually kept by the quarterback as he runs behind his tailback, grabs another couple yards. He's going to set up a 3rd and short.
And we'll see that a lot tonight from EGR, where they'll fake the dive and the quarterback will keep it and try to bounce on the left side. It's really important the Sailors need to stay home wherever their assignment is, whether the inside or the outside, because you're not always sure who has the ball, kind of like when we play Unity in a few weeks, similar offense.
This new veer offense for East Grand Rapids has Marlowe in the backfield with McCoon. McCoon looks back to his coach, change up the play. 4 wide receivers out to the right, to the left, lined up on the left hash. Slot back comes in, that's number 4 for East Grand Rapids, Jake Goosens. Takes a snap, QB power the whole way on that left guard right behind Adloff. That's going to be enough, Taylor, I think, for the first down.
Yeah, good play right there for EGR, going right behind your stud. I think we're going to be calling that name a lot here tonight, and they know when it's going to be close yards and they need that first down. They know where they're going, and the Sailors have to match it.
We mentioned in the Sobey Company pregame show those two guards, Adloff and Berkey, are the ones that the East Grand Rapids Pioneers are going to be following all night long. Sailors defense, though, needs to hold as they're in a precarious position with East Grand Rapids lined up first and goal from the 5. Similar set, tight end, though, to the right this time. It's McCoon, about 3 yards back, takes a snap, fake handoff, follows his tailback through the end zone, and just like that, East Grand Rapids on the board again. Josh McCoon takes it in for 6.
Yeah, a little tush push right there at the end. He kind of got stood up on the one, and great job by his running back coming right behind him and just pushing him over the goal line like we saw the Eagles do last night with Jalen Hurts.
If I'm Josh Shattuck, there's no better way to start this football game. Every facet of the game, East Grand Rapids has been excellent in, and they go up 13. Point after now. Will Klein, it's up. And it is good. 14-0 score, East Grand Rapids up big. Hey, Weingart's is bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll right up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way.
Yeah, just mistake on mistake. You don't, as a coach, you never want to stack mistakes, and that's kind of what the Sailors have done. Bad snap, turned into 7. Special teams, block punt, turned into 7. And as a coach, that's the last thing you want to do. But interesting enough, 77 down there, Cody Jones was really getting after the offensive line, showing some true leadership, trying to get those guys fired up. So you love seeing that from one of the linemen in Cody Jones.
East Grand Rapids going to kick off. Klein on the kick. 4-play, 15-yard drive, capped off by a 5-yard McCune touchdown as that kick sails into the end zone.
Yeah, smart play by Rock there. Just there's no point taking that one out. Landed halfway in the end zone. You just had a fumble the last one. You know that's going to be in your head a little bit. Take the touchback. Let's get the offense back on the field.
South Christian, I imagine a bit shell-shocked right now as you're all of a sudden, we have 6:16 left to go in this first quarter. South Christian's going to get the ball for the 3rd time here. And down 14-0. Now what we expected, great start for East Grand Rapids, they were coming off a 40-7 loss to arch rival Lowell. Ostraven rotates from the slot back to the running back position, takes it from the left side to the right side over that right guard, tries to push for 1. I don't think he's even going to get 1. Stopped the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, another good pursuit by the D-line. Fuller with the stop on that one, and they got some big boys down there. I mean, 75 is also, one of the bigger guys in the team. Adloff, which we've talked about. So the Sailors, they're going to have their hands full with this D-line. They got to get a little bit better push.
At 4-man front, Grayson Fuller, Adloff, Berkey, Zach Caswell, number 2. He rotates that defensive end position. Will play the strengths of the offense. Also on that defensive line is Liam Andras, number 23. Handoff now goes to Vandegreen. Or check that. That's Klizliski. Yep. Klizliski he gets his first carry of the night. Loss of 3.
Yeah, number 3 right there. Dylan Buck was all over that one. He plays both sides of the ball for Eastern Rapids. He's one of their star wideouts. Came off the defensive back position right there and just blitzed in the right spot. No one picked him up. Met him right in the backfield.
Sailors now looking for something as they're in a tough spot. 3rd and 13 from their own 17-yard line. Sends Nikliski in motion. The right side of Burgess. Burgess takes the snap, drops back, 3-step drops, looks right, dumps it off to Nikliski. Nikliski has to make something out of nothing, and that Pioneers defense is swarming as there is a no gain on that 3rd and long pass. Sailors going to have to punt again.
Yeah, Vinny Hecker, number 20, junior, just all over that. Burgess was looking downfield, had a couple options, decided to hit the screen, which is probably his 3rd read on the play, but you really need the blocks right there in order to advance to get that first down, and now they got to punt again.
Last time Sailors tried to punt, that one was blocked by the big Grant Adloff. He's going to look to cause a mess again. This time, boy, just gets away as South Christian gets the punt off. Fair catch at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. East Grand Rapids going to get the ball again in great field position.
Yeah, a little surprised Dylan Buck for East Grand Rapids took a fair catch there. He caught it about the 48 of the Sailors, and I felt like he had at least 7-8 yards cushion before the closest player, but you know, decided to take the fair catch, and they'll still start with a good field position. But I thought it could have even been better for the Pioneers there.
Had room to run, decided to play it safe. So now Sailors on defense. Danny Brown is looking to the defense coordinator, Andrew Burgess, try to give the Sailors an answer here as they're desperate for something. McCune and that veer set, handoff up the middle. No, he's going to keep it again, this time up the left side. That's what they've been doing all game. Following the big hog miles on the left, it's gain of 3.
Yeah, good job by Benjamin Buter, the senior, staying home on that DN. We've seen him keep it at least 2 or 3 times, so you got to stay home and be ready for that QB sneak up that left side after he fakes the dive.
2nd and 7, ball on the 45. Sailors are going to have to figure out how to stop that. East Grand Rapids taking their time, letting the play come in. 16 seconds to go on the play clock. Slot back, lined up right in motion. It's number 4 fumble. That one is mishandled on the snap. I think South Christian jumps on it. Referee's going to give them a signal, and South Christian got just what they needed. A bad handoff, or maybe just loss of control there. McCune fumbles that ball. Goosens can't jump on it, and South Christian recovers it in great field possession in this game.
Yeah.
Script can be flipped.
Yeah, there we go. Huge play from South right there. That's what the thing about the veer, there's so many fakes and different options, and that time you got the sweep coming around, and they just didn't have the chemistry on the handoff, and he never really had the ball, and it was lost right from the get-go, and great job by South fighting for it on the field and coming away with a huge turnover for the Sailors.
Sailors with new life get the ball 1st and 10 on the 49. Burgess, empty backfield. Osterhaven comes in motion from the left side to his right. Blackport lined up at that right side slot back. Burgess play action pack, drops back, takes a step to the right. Flag comes in. I think we're going to get a holding here as Burgess scrambles. He's got some yards to run. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Fortunately, there's some laundry on the field. That one's probably going to get called back.
Yeah, it looks like 62 Gritter right there on that hold. Good pursuit from East Grand Rapids. We'll see what they call here.
So it will look promising for South Christian. It's going to knock them back 10 yards.
That was kind of one of those where it's just he got beat, he's in the backfield, and Austin, I felt like, was already going to escape the pocket. You just got to let him go right there, Bryce. I think you can't take the hold in that situation. Your quarterback's already in the pocket. You got to let him go.
South Christian now behind the chains again. It's been a theme in this first quarter of action. Osterhaven to the right. Takes the handoff on that right guard side and just ends up picking up a few yards before I was going to say nowhere to go, is trying to run over big old Adloff and is able to at least get 3 there.
Yeah, hard to do. A good job by Rick Nalda, the 6'4" junior right there, trying to get a really good push, fighting for every yard they can get right now. Curious to see if Danny Brown elects to pass here, and an obvious passing down, and they have 2 downs hopefully to get this first down.
Jack Ronaldo, Jacob Lebezo, Joseph Gritter, Grayson Hunterman, Carson Joldersma round out South Christian's offensive line. They have a tall task today. You're right, Taylor passing down as Burgess drops back. He's got time, scrambles to his right. No one open, but actually finds Owen Burgess and skies it just long as Owen Burgess was streaking across the field towards the sideline. It looked like he was open, and Austin Burgess, I think, just missed.
Yeah, I think he had Charlie Ramas even a little deeper, but it was hard. He had a throw on the run. It would have been hard to put enough on it to hit Vermas over the top. So went to trusty Owen Burgess, but they didn't connect once again.
A couple good opportunities for Owen Burgess to get in the mix. Broke past his defender, and quarterback just can't get in the ball. So 3rd and 17 for South Christian due to that holding. South Christian 2 running backs, Vandegreen and Blackport lined up with Burgess. Blackport now in motion from left to right. Fake the screen pass, draw up the middle, and swarm nowhere to go as this Pioneer defensive line, Zach Caswell, all over any first down attempt. South Christian's going to have to punt.
Yeah, offensive line coach Nate Van Salkema is not going to be happy with the offensive line start right here. The Pioneers' defensive line is owning the line of scrimmage, and what we saw last week worked so well for the Sailors, it was the opposite. They own the line of scrimmage, so we'll be curious to see if Nate Van Salkema gets after them here a little bit, or they possibly could even make some changes.
South Christian now has to punt again. First one blocked, second one almost blocked. This time Pioneers play it safe. They're looking to get a return, low roller. Burgess kicks that one down to the 20. Finally puts South Christian defense in a decent position as Brody Schultz fields that one at the 20.
Well, back to the defense here, Bryce. And they got the turnover last time, didn't capitalize. I thought the holding again killed them. I can't go, I'm a coach, so I keep going back to you can't stack negative things on each other. And I know Danny Brown is frustrated right now because every time a good thing happens, a bad thing happens, and another bad thing, and they're just not able to put themselves in a good situation.
I like how you phrase that, stacking negative things on top of each other. Dangerous recipe, and that's what South Christian's been cooking with right here. But they have an opportunity to get a stop. East Grand Rapids with the ball on their own 20, that left hash closest to their sideline. 2 tight end slot backs, motion, now hand up the middle is Marlowe. As McCune tried to run that fake out. Marlowe with a gain of 4. Nice first down pickup.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the senior Noah Klump, getting it into the action. I mentioned earlier about the offensive line coach, Nate Van Salkema. Right now on the sideline, Danny Brown and Nate Van Salkema are huddled up with all 5 offensive linemen watching some tape. So you can tell that's going to be a key point as we move forward.
41 seconds to go in this first quarter of action. A great one if you're a Pioneer fan, as their offense, aside from that one fumble, is able to move the ball. Now 2nd and 7. 8 seconds to go on the play clock. They'll get one more play off before this first quarter ends. McCune with Blake in motion. Dumps it off to Blake. Blake with the handoff. Picks up maybe a yard or 2. Nice tackle by Klump as he comes up on defensive pursuit.
Yeah, he's fired up. He's one of the vocal leaders of the Sailor defense. Plays kind of that safety position, but against this veer, he'll tend to come up and try to stop the run. And another good play there by Klump, and we'll have a big 3rd down after the quarter break.
Big 3rd down indeed. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio in the Sailor Zone.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone, from a variety of handcrafted pizzas, along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Perfect start for East Grand Rapids as they kick off that first quarter of action. End up with a 14-0 lead over South Christian. Now the ball, 3rd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Sailors are really looking to get off the field, desperately looking to get off the field as they start the second quarter of action. McCune in the backfield, hands off to Marlowe up the middle. Nice stop by South Christian.
Yeah, it looks like Cashin Van Salkema and Dax Blackport got in there. Big stop there for the Sailors. They needed that one, Bryce.
Looks like, unless East Grand Rapids, McCune there is a punch. No, it looks like they are going to punt. Is number 3, Dylan Buck, lined up in punt formation. Big stop for South Christian. Owen Burgess lined up on the return from his 40. Left footer bombs that one high. His short kick lands at the 50. Bounces another 10 yards to the 44. To the 39. Mr. South Christian will get the ball.
Jacob Labazo with a great pursuit right there, joined by Cody Jones. And they're fired up on the Sailor sideline. For a team that lost a lot of key seniors, it's nice to see these juniors and some of the younger classmen really step up and stay positive on that Sailor sideline as they find themselves down 2 scores.
11:05 to go in the second quarter. Sailors trying to find something on offense. They've had a few glimmer of hopes, but have been quickly negated by penalties, turnovers, and mistakes. Now, 3 wide receivers, pistol set, 3 to the wide side. Olshaven comes up in that left side and shotgun. Reed, quarterback keeper, Burgess, he breaks a tackle over that left side. Stumbles his way forward to the 48-yard line. Nice confidence booster for number 5 as he was able to get 7 on that first down. South Christian methodically moving on offense. Showed a little bit of fast pace, high tempo earlier in that first quarter. Taking their time now. Trips to the right, handoff to Osterhaven. Lead blocker is Owen Burgess. As he goes over that right tackle. Nice block for number 2. Better run for 34 as he gets the first down.
Yeah, big first down there for the Sailors as they kind of need to get some momentum. They have not had many first downs here today.
They had so much success running the ball last week. When a couple penalties get you out of that running position, and instead you haven't find yourself passing. And right now with where this offense is at, getting this new quarterback comfortable, that's not what South Christian wants to do. They want to run the ball, and 2 plays right there. Got them the first down. Now Rock in motion. Handoff to Blackport. He gets the handoff out the backfield. Nice carry for Blackport as the big freshman punishes his way forward across the 45 down to the 44.
Yeah, nice to see Blackport get involved there in the offense. I still think he could be an X factor for the Sailors as he can do so much. He can block, he can get handoffs, he can catch. He's got great size and speed for the freshman.
Copeland trying to get that freshman in the game. 1 catch, 1 run now early in the second quarter. Blackport and Burgess go in motion from the right to the left, wide side of the field. Burgess handoff to Nikliski. Nikliski up the middle. He pushes ahead for 1 yard. But nice stop by East Grand Rapids and the big defensive lineman.
Yeah, big down coming up here. Gotta think that they're gonna try to go for it.
Linebackers for East Grand Rapids have played solid today. 54, Caden Goosen. Number 10, Brody Marlowe. Number 24, Callum Reed. Handful of these Pioneers playing both ways. Big third down, Taylor, as you mentioned. 3rd and 4, ball in the 43. Running back to the right. Burgess with the snap. Gives it off to Vandegreen. He's got a lane over that left tackle. Gets stuffed just before the first down line. I thought he had some green grass, but ran right into a defender. Come up short.
Yeah, great play right there. I'm the same way. I felt like he was going to break that open for an easy first down, but Jake Goosens, the senior, just came out of nowhere from the safety spot and just lit him up to keep him short here for a big 4th down. Got to think Coach Brown's going to go for it here.
Going for it the whole way as Osterhaven, the big back, comes in the game. On this 4th down, he's lined up to the right in the shotgun, offset shotgun. Lined up right at Burgess. Blackport opposite side. That slot back. Owen Burgess lined up in the slot to the right.
We saw this a lot last year. Danny Brown loves the hard count on 4th and short. When it's under 5, that's all over East Grand Rapids scouting report. It happened time and time again. If you watch film like these coaches do, they love to hard count to try to get the automatic first down, which ultimately leads to why he's got to take a timeout. But East Grand Rapids coach was fired up. They stayed home and they didn't jump there.
Quick timeout on the field, quick timeout in the booth. We'll be right back after this.
Our
Center is an automotive collision repair company with multiple shops throughout West Michigan.
Our goal is simple, to bring hospitality to the collision repair industry.
You can find us online at carcentermi.com to find the location nearest to you. Because at Car Center, fixing cars is our job.
But helping people, that's our business.
Big third down here for fourth down, excuse me. Handoff, Osterhaven up the middle. Nice block as he powers his way for 2. More than enough for the first down. Great look for that South Christian offensive line and needed to get that first down, and they got it.
Yeah, that was huge. Good push by the offensive line right there. They went to probably their most trustworthy back, power back, Osterhaven. Big first down for the Sailors as they got to keep marching down here as we're getting later in the second quarter.
South Christian putting a slow, methodical, solid drive together as they look to cut in this deficit. They're down 14-0. First and 10, ball on the 38-yard line, middle of the field. Blackport in motion. Onto the right side, handoff to Osterhaven, follows 32. Nice cutback as he breaks a would-be tackler in the backfield. Instead, he's going to pick up 3. Real nice run for Osterhaven as he's been the go-to back tonight.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, last week we saw Jesse Vandergreen get a lot of carries early, and Niglitsky's been in here a little bit, but they've kind of gone back to Osterhaven as they've kept it really between the tackles. Curious to see if they can try to bounce one outside with the speedy Jesse Vandergreen here soon.
Osterhaven already has 7 carries. South Christian taking their time coming out of the timeout. Second and 6, ball on the 35-yard line. Sailors bunched in tight. Blackport works in motion, left to right. Sailors with the hard count of sorts. I think we saw a Pioneer jump, and in high school, you cross that line of scrimmage, it's automatically an offsides. And that's the call we're going to get on the field. Sailors picking up some free yards, setting up a second and short.
Yeah, good hard count right there by Austin Burgess. You know, that's kind of what they want to do. They want to try to get him on that hard count, maybe be the first, second, or third time that he says up.
Second and 2, 6:14 to go in the second quarter of action here from Byron Center High School, where Sailors play home. These Grand Rapids Pioneers. Vandergreen into the game for Osterhaven. Burgess comes in motion. Play action pass, looks to his right, dumps it down to Blackport. Easy pitch and catch as Blackport picking up some massive yards after a catch as he pushes his way down to the 11-yard line, and Sailors in scoring position.
Good play design there by offensive coordinator Kurt Copeland. Usually when they do that play action, Blackport is the lead blocker, slipped out of the block to find an open spot, and Burgess put it right on the hands, and he caught it in stride, and that's that speed I was talking about. He's a 8th grade track star, went actually out to Oregon this summer to compete in the Nationals for the 100-meter and 4x1, so we know that kid's got some speed.
Some people are just born with it. I tell you what, 20-yard catch, for Blackport. Sailors now first and 10, ball on the 12-yard line going in. Handoff. Nope, instead it's going to be QB draw. Pushes forward for 1. I think the thing, too, about that pitch and catch to Blackport is that a little bit of confidence builder. A couple misses for Burgess early in this game. Easy pitch and catch. Gets that confidence. He's run the ball well after some early mistakes.
Yeah, they don't have to throw it deep as much this year. I feel like they kind of got to control the possession a little bit more, get them comfortable, and then maybe a trick play that Copeland likes to do, or maybe a deep play later in the game, but just kind of dink and dunk it, make sure we can get positive yardages will really help Austin to get settled in.
Burgess now 2nd and 8. Zoe Burgess goes in motion. Niglitsky lined up back, but he takes the handoff, breaks a tackle, but instead runs into his own lineman in a waiting hands and arms of number 52 for East Grand Rapids, James Preston, and on the tackle.
Yeah, Grayson Fuller joined him on that one. And again, this defensive line for the Pioneers doing a great job in pursuit. Huge drive for the Sailors is they got to think they got to get a touchdown here. get some momentum, cut it to one score before half.
South Christian showing a couple different looks on offense, trying to figure out what's working. Big 3rd and 8, ball on the 11-yard line. Sailors can still get the first down on this drive. Another bunch set. We've seen that a few times tonight. Burgess and Blackport go in motion from the left side to the right side, short side of the field. Handoff to Osterhaven as he runs into the waiting arms of Zach Caswell. Caswell's had a big night, big stop there, set up a 4th down.
Yeah, great athlete, Caswell. Just stocky, strong, just gets right through there. The Sailors got to do a better job of picking up those linebackers in that 4-3 defense.
Imagine Danny Brown was going to go for it on 4th down the whole way, probably trying to pick up a few there just to set up a more manageable 4th down. Can't do it. Instead, no yards gained on that run, so that's a 4th and 8. Fagan now in the game. He motions all the way to the far side of the field. Sailors, Burgess making the check at the line. Burgess, 2 wide receivers his left, trying to get the hard count as that play clock goes down to 3, 2, 1. Timeout, South Christian.
Yeah, never felt like they really knew what play they wanted to run there. I felt like they tried to go, they gave the play call, gave Austin an audible option to see if they can try to possibly get another hard count offsides to kind of shorten the field. But you could tell Danny Brown was ready to call timeout there, as this is a huge play for the Sailors, as you know, they got to get 8, but they basically got to get a touchdown here, as they'll be really close on that first down goal line.
Hey, are you looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door. And ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code football15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. Huge 4th down call. South Christian's offense stays on the field. 4 wide, 3 to the strong side, wide side of the field for Sailors. Burgess now drops back, going to throw a fade route to Owen Burgess, and nowhere to go. Owen Burgess looking for a call, looking for a flag, and he's not going to get it. Turnover on downs, gives the ball back to East.
And Danny Brown is losing his mind on the sidelines right now. Any contact past 5 yards, especially on a fade route, you got to think that, I mean, he's got to make a play on the ball. Defensive back didn't at all. Almost held Owen as he jumped, and Danny Brown is not happy as he's giving the official an earful, as I definitely think that could have been pass interference or defensive holding to give the Sailors another down.
South Christian cannot catch a break. Turnover on downs, gives the ball back to East Grand Rapids. Pioneers going to get the ball on their own 11. Check that 12-yard line.
Danny is still giving that official on the near side an earful. He's got to be a little careful now, as he can't give another penalty flag right here.
Sailors do not need to give up any more yards. McCune now gets to go back to work. Blake in motion. McCune keeps it the whole way. Tries to run over that right guard. Berkey, nowhere to go.
Good pursuit there by the senior, Cash and Vinsalkman, get in the backfield. Sailors are still pretty pumped up. I like where their heads are at. They don't feel like they're completely out of the game. You know, they're not showing defeat. They're still playing with a lot of fire on defense. Good to see.
2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter of action. I think East Grand Rapids more than happy to run out this clock. Not looking to move anywhere quickly. They're letting both the play clock and the game clock tick, 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 tick.
And I think that's part of it based on last week. You know, they had a really tough game last week. Sailors coming off a good win. They know what they're doing. They're trying to really use the clock the best way they can, run the ball so that they can shorten this half as much as possible to go into halftime with a big lead.
Coming up after this is the Van Sokoma Farms halftime show. We'll recap all of the first half action, as well as a fun interview with South Christian students Annika Skirmans and Chloe Hasper as they sit down with offensive coordinator Kurt Copeland. Also get a message from the MHSAA. We'll go over all the stats as well on the Van Sokoma Farms halftime show.
Well, the Sailors only got one timeout left. You got to think that, EGR is going to kind of run it down. They should have an opportunity to get the ball back if they get a stop on 4 downs here, but I think 1 first down, and I think EGR is probably going to milk it as they go into half.
I think you're right. No urgency whatsoever. They will have to run a play here. This clock did stop. 1:58 to go in this first quarter of action. McCune taking his time, looking for the play call. Behind him is Marlowe. Screen pass out wide. Incomplete pass. It's interesting enough because you're trying to kill the clock and stop the clock on an incomplete pass.
Interesting time for really, I think, first pass of the game right there for the Pioneers. First pass of the game. A safe pass. Just a 5-yard screen to the right and just bounced off the receiver's hand. So maybe that's why they haven't passed as much here this half. But, man, interesting plays. Now the clock stops, and the Sailors might have an opportunity to get the ball back with more time.
That's a great point right there. The South Christian could get the ball back here when East Grand Rapids could have effectively killed 40 seconds. Instead, they'll give it up to Marlowe conservatively. He'll pick up 5. Obviously not enough for the first down. Timeout, South Christian. They obviously want to get the ball back here. They'll probably get, a minute and a half to go? No timeouts for South.
It should be good tackle there by junior Gavin Bauma, getting in the backfield and wrapping up the ankles to tie him down.
Wild first half of action, not what we expected. Again, folks, East Grand Rapids coming off of a tough loss to their rivals Lowell, 40-7. I believe that was at home as well, and new life here on that Pioneer sideline.
Yeah, curious to see what they do here on special teams. EGR will definitely, want to be able to have a safe punt here. I expect them to have a lot of blockers. I also expect South to do the other. They got to be aggressive here. This could be a huge momentum swing right there. As last time, 55, Lobazo got in there and almost got the punt block. Curious to see if the Sailors kind of send the house right here to try to get some better field position.
1 minute, 50 seconds to go is a lot of time with the good field position to swing this game. East Grand Rapids will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss earlier in the game, deferred.
Yeah, great point. They also come back out there with the ball. So huge series here for the Sailors trying to get some momentum.
And this picture perfect early September evening. Another timeout for East Grand Rapids. Be 1 left for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I think they wanted to take a look at what the Sailors were going to line up as. A lot of these high school teams don't just, put everybody in the line of scrimmage like you see in the pros or college. They'll kind of spread some guys out, and you got to stay home, watch the fake. You never know right here. But I definitely think the Sailors will try to pursue the punt as much as they can.
South Christian, the opportunity to cut into this deficit. Excited to see what they do. Bring the heat, play it safe. 4 down linemen. Blackport, Jones, Lobazo coming in on the attack. Almost get a piece of that. Instead, it's a high flyer. Really nice kick, but tough bounce. As that one trickles ahead across the 50-yard line to the 49. Effectively ran off 12 seconds on that clock, too. So here we go. South Christian gets the ball back. Looking for something here. A couple glimmers of hope, Taylor, early in the first half. And fortunately, penalties and mistakes ruin any momentum.
Yeah, for sure. Good pursuit there by Blackport. Had an opportunity. I think he caused that punt to go higher than the kicker expected. Sailors got the ball in the 50 with 1:38. We haven't seen them really pass. They're more of a run team shown so far, but this is an opportunity. I think they got to show the pass and trust the receivers here.
Those receivers 3 wide. Blackport, Burgess lined up at the slot. Burgess takes the snap, rolls right. Pursuit by Adloff. Pressure. He's going to throw it away. Late tackle, no flag. Throws it away, no harm. Set up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Burgess rolled out again because they're just not having a lot of success being able to stay in the pocket. But, man, another tough hit after that pass. by number 10, Brony Marlowe. Again, in the NFL, I think that would be a flag all day long, but in high school, they're a little more lenient with the quarterbacks.
2nd and 10, 1:31 to go. Ball at the 50. 2 running backs, 1 to each side. Blackport and Vandergreen. Blackport now in the slot. Burgess drops back, looks left, going to dump it off to Vandergreen. He's wide open, got nothing but green grass ahead of him. Gets a nice block as he tries to break the tackle of number 4, Jake Goosens. Can't, but it's still a great pickup. It's the first down, South Christian.
Great patience there by the quarterback, Austin Burgess, being able to calmly look left the whole way, and Vandergreen was able to sneak out to the right with nobody on him.
Clock ticking as Burgess drops back. Dumps it off to his running back, same guy as before, as he tries to break that tackle coming out of the backfield in the swing pass. Tough play as Sailors have no timeouts. Clock still running.
Yeah, they got to go fast here. It's going to be a 2nd and long. They got to hustle up and get to the line, and they got to keep those wideouts wide, and they got to try to get a catch and get out of bounds before this 3rd down. Stop that clock.
45 seconds to go in this first half. Burgess steps up, QB run, nowhere to go, and great pursuit. That's going to even kill more clock as we're down to 35 seconds.
That hurts right there. It's going to take a lot of time as now it's 3rd and long. You could go up and spike it and just kind of play off that 4th down, but looks like they're going to try to get a play here, Bryce.
Interesting play call as Burgess checks back, looks at the clock, takes the handoff. He's going to look left, looking to throw a deep ball, and he's throwing it to Rock. Rock tussling and wrestling his way forward. Pass is just out of his reach. Yeah. Incompletion.
Good defense there by Dylan Buck. He was kind of on Rock, the speedster, the whole way, but he was right there with him. But good ball from Burgess. Put it to one spot where if Rock's going to catch it, if not, you're going to have an incomplete pass. Stop the clock. 14 seconds to go, but 4th and long, you're going to need a quick pass out of bounds or try to go for the end zone here.
4th and 13. Ostraven back in the game. Obvious passing down for South Christian. Probably likely, if they don't convert, the last play of this first half. So imagine East Grand Rapids will kneel it. South Christian needs something here. 4th and 13, ball on the 33, lined up at that left hash. Takes a snap, 4 wide. Gonna throw a deep bomb to Burgess. Burgess, nice defense in the end zone, incomplete pass. That was number 8, Ethan Feifel. He's all over that, batting that one down in the end zone.
Yeah, that's that prevent coverage right there from the safeties. They played 2 safety deep, kind of in like a cover 2. Owen felt like he beat his man, but the safety came over there. And smart play, just knocked that thing down as they're going to get the ball back, probably here taking knee.
7 seconds to go in this game, or excuse me, this first half of action. It's been an interesting one if you're a South Christian fan. It's been a wonderful one if you're an East Grand Rapids fan. As East Grand Rapids will come out looking to kneel the ball and taking this one into half. Again, folks, stay tuned for the Van Solkema Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio in the Sailor Zone. We'll go over all tonight's action, as well as some fun interviews and some fun conversations with Coach Offense Coordinator Kirk Copeland. We're right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio and the
landscape of free buffet for the deer. Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Then let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
Folks, enjoy this halftime interview with the South Christian Student Production Department as Annika Skirwins and Chloe Hasper interview offensive coordinator Kirk Copeland earlier today.
Hi everyone, I'm Annika Skirmins.
And I'm Chloe Hasper. We're from South Christian Student Broadcast Program, and we're glad you're with us tonight.
It's a pleasure to welcome in for a special visit this week, Coach Copeland. So Coach, good way to start the season last week. What did you like from the offense in week 1?
Offensively, we were really pleased about how we ran the football. That's part of the identity of our team and what we want to be. And so establishing and maintaining some physical run game is what we want to do, and we accomplished that on Friday.
That's great. Austin Burgess has some big shoes to fill, and he's delivered. What was the message before and after the game?
Yeah, so we ask a lot of our quarterbacks here at South Christian, not only in terms of executing the game plan, but being a part of it. And just being an extension of a coach on the field in Austin, and did a great job with that, both with running the ball and throwing it downfield.
Awesome. And how big is the playbook getting for Owen Burgess?
Yeah, so Owen's a really good football player. He can do a lot of different things, so we're trying to find creative ways to get him the ball, whether it's running it, throwing it. And he's just done a great job of building himself into a really good football player, and it's really advantageous for us offensively.
Great. Well, thanks, Coach Cope. It was great talking with you tonight.
Stay with us. After this message, we'll send you to East Lansing for This Week in High School Sports with John Ross. Thanks for watching.
New sports start this school year, and some existing sports see changes. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Welcome back to another school year and another season of highlighting stories from across the state. This Week in High School Sports runs weekly through the end of the winter sports season. Let's start the new school year with the MHSAA's newest sport, girls field hockey. 36 varsity teams will compete for an MHSAA championship this year. On the very first day of play last Tuesday, Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard, Farmington Hills Mercy, Ann Arbor Green Hills, and Grosse Pointe South were all victorious. The regional round for field hockey will start October 8th, and the championship game will be played on October 25th. Boys volleyball is the other new sport getting started this year, and that will begin in the spring. One sport seeing a change is tennis. Both the Lower Peninsula boys in the fall and girls in the spring will have all 4 of their division championships at the Midland Tennis Center. Each division will play over a 2-day period, and all 4 divisions each season will compete over a 2-week period. In the LP for the boys this fall, that means Division 4 plays October 15th and 16th, followed by Division 1 on October 17th and 18th. The following week, Division 2 plays October 22nd and 23rd, with Division 3 wrapping things up on October 24th and 25th. For more on the field hockey and tennis seasons, please go to MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Gaylord senior soccer players Lucas Hella and Matthew Vanderveer, who each scored twice in a 5-4 win over Petoskey, Gaylord's first win over the Northmen since 2019. Montague senior golfer Cadence Fox, she fired a 75 to win medalist honors at the West Michigan Conference Jamboree. That score tied the program record for all-time low round. And a Grand Haven volleyball player, Mallory Vodashek, she recorded her 1,000th career kill in a match during the Lakeshore Classic.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Let's talk about a very unlikely but also very fun possibility on the golf course today. Golfer 1 is playing their approach shot first from about 100 yards out. Their shot takes 2 bounces on the green and rolls straight into the hole for an eagle. What a shot! Golfer 2 is next and has a shot from about 80 yards out. Again, after a couple bounces, it's rolling straight for the hole. It rolls into the cup, but because the first ball is still in there, it hops out and comes to a stop about 3 feet away. What's the ruling? It's still an eagle for the first golfer, but the second now has to putt from 3 feet out. There's no penalty, but the ball is to be played as it lies. Hopefully the birdie putt is good.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the football field, the MHSAA 11-player football finals are just a little more than 3 months away. This year, the even divisions, 2, 4, 6, and 8, will play on Friday, November 28th. The odd divisions, 1, 3, 5, and 7, on Sunday, November 30th. All of those games will be at Ford Field in Detroit. It will be a busy 4-day stretch of football in Detroit, with the Lions and Packers on Thanksgiving Day, and Michigan State playing Maryland at Ford Field on Saturday, November 29th. The 8-player finals will be 1 week earlier on Saturday, November 22nd at the Superior Dome in Marquette. And for the first time, the 8-player semifinals will be played at neutral sites. Previously, those games were played at the higher-seeded school. Selection Sunday is October 26th, and the playoffs start 5 days later on Friday, October 31st. For more on football or any of the other 7 fall sports, go to MHSAA.com or follow us on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Ultra Products is proud to sponsor and support South Christian Athletics. Ultra Products sells, installs, and services paint booths. We are the premier paint booth service company in Michigan. We are also the car liner collision repair equipment specialist for the state of Michigan. We would love to help you with your paint booth, filters, and collision repair equipment. Please give us a call at 616-877-0099.
As part of the South Christian family, Big O Smokehouse is proud to serve our community with high-quality snacks and gift ideas. Our beef jerky and snack sticks are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go snacking, meal prep for aspiring athletes, or gifting. They're also a great addition to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift boxes, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs, an ideal gift for friends, family, or your business. Plus, enjoy case pricing to stay on budget with your weekly meal prep. Heard about us in this ad? Save 10% on your order when you visit us at Little Old Marketplace in Caledonia, our main location. Feel free to ask Bruce for a tour sometime. When you see Big O in the wild, grab a package and enjoy premium fuel while supporting local markets and shops. Visit BigOSmokehouse.com or call 616-891-5555. We're happy to help you get to the best you've ever had premium protein to keep you running at full power. Bob's Collision, located at 3731 Eastern Ave, is here for all your collision repair needs, from minor fender benders to heavy collisions. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1967, we take pride in what we do, using state-of-the-art technology and materials along with iCar Platinum certification to repair your vehicle. Let us help you sail through your collision repairs. Call us at 616-245-5161. Go Sailors! For 85 years, Sobey Company has been a premier commercial construction contractor. Specializing in everything from walls and ceilings to floors and insulation, we have been a part of almost every large commercial construction project in West Michigan, including the newly constructed South Christian High School, Byron Center Christian renovations, and 2 expansion projects at Dutton Christian. Our skills and talented craftsmen can make any interior dream you have on a construction project a reality. Go Sailors! At Dutton Christian School, our mission is clear: to nurture the heart of biblical truth and equip the mind through academic excellence and impact the world for Christ. From classrooms to chapel, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points students to God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that has been serving the West Michigan community and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services. Whether you're a homeowner who is looking to establish your property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants his project to be completed efficiently and timely, Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of their clients. They're located in downtown Byron Center. Give them a call at 616-277-1636. You'll be sure to have a great experience. Legacy Christian School is on a mission to prepare Christ followers and kingdom builders, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and service. Students find their place in God's redemptive story where every subject points to Christ. With learning experiences that extend beyond our walls, we answer God's call to love our neighbors and restore His kingdom. Discover a close-knit community at Legacy where your child's faith can flourish, offering English and Spanish immersion from K through 8th, preschool, and extended care. $14-0 is your score. East Grand Rapids up over the Sailors. Not a lot of offensive output in this game. 79 yards for South Christian, 30 yards for the East Grand Rapids Pioneers. The turnovers is the story. Is a fumbled snap on a punt, a fumble almost on a kick return, a fumble for the East Grand Rapids on a botched handoff. So a lot of work to do and a lot of adjustments to be made coming into this second half of action. We'll be right back. Get ready for the second half here on Michigan.
Landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Are you having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Con.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Thank you for joining us for the Van Salkema Farms halftime show. Van Salkema Farms wants to talk to you about Legacy Christian School, who's on a mission to prepare Christ followers and kingdom builders, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and service. Students find their place in God's redemptive story where every subject points to Christ. With learning experiences that extend beyond our walls, we answer God's call to love your neighbor and to restore the kingdom. Discover a close-knit community at Legacy where your child's faith can flourish, offering English and Spanish immersion from K through 8th, preschool, and extended care. 14-0 South Christian down East Grand Rapids as we get ready to start this second half of action tonight at Byron Center High School. Kick is off. It's a short kick fielded at the 18-yard line. Nice lane to run up through as that's going to be Brody Marlowe, the running back, on the return. Great field position on the return as he brings it out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, good tackle there by Mark DeYoung. Got a chance to go down to the halftime and check in with a couple of the coaches, and they're pretty fired up. Let's just say that. A lot of costly mistakes. They really feel like the game could be 0-0. They feel like they've given them 2 opportunities to really kind of score from the goal end zone. So the focus really was on the offensive line, defensive line. They got to do a better job. But they also don't feel like they're that far out of the game. So they were also still pretty positive. So that was kind of the inside scoop right there from halftime.
It's good stuff. Only really 30 yards for East Grand Rapids in that first half. Not a lot going. His handoff up the middle to Marlowe, stuffed in the backfield. Great pursuit by South Christian and Bauma as he's in there, causing a mess, no gain.
Yeah, Junior really fired up again. I talked about last week. Had a great offseason for Gavin Bauma's. Really worked hard on his weight. His dad helps out the coach at the JV level, and a kid that just loves, eats, sleeps, and breathes football. He really does. So big game here so far by Gavin. Good job getting in the backfield.
We start this third quarter brought to you by Family Fare. Family Fare's weekly special is Frito-Lay snacks. Buy 2, get 1 free. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for all the specials. Bauma being looked to make another play. 2nd and 10. East Grand Rapids patiently waiting, getting the call in from the sideline. 11 seconds in the play clock as McCune lined up in motion. Now a couple misdirections as Breaks takes the handoff, and Noah Klump, who's made a couple big tackles already today, stops Blake for maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, great job staying home there by Klump. You know, a little misdirection, verse on the backside. Klump pursuits from the backside, or from the safety position for the Sailors, and he's fired up.
3rd and 9, South Christian. Opportunity to get a 3 and out, start the second half. 10:32 to go in this first quarter. Ball on the 36-yard line.
EGR, again, they're going to take their time. Being up 2 scores, obviously they only passed 1 time in the first half, so they're going to really take their time and use as much clock as possible.
Drops back, we're seeing another pass here as McCune gets pressured, flushed out of the pocket. A lot of room to run. Finally pursued and wrapped up by Klump, but not before he gets the first down and more. Ball at 50-yard line. Nice scramble on what would be a pass. That is a 12-yard run.
Yeah, I really felt like that could have been a hold on the right tackle. Bauma again there on pursuit. Didn't get the call, and a great job by the quarterback being able to get to the outside and just had open field right in front of him for a big first down for the Pioneers.
Just Taylor, 0 sense of urgency on the East Grand Rapids sideline right now as they are patiently letting this clock tick down to the 2-score lead.
Everyone's going to have to be patient here the second half, Bryce. This is going to be one of the faster second halves of football as long as it kind of stays this way.
So 1st and 10 on the right hash, ball on the 48. Draw up the middle for the quarterback, keeper the whole way. Nice stop for South Christian. There's a big old number 79 in, Nathan Potter making the play.
Yeah, Potter got in there in the backfield. And, you know, the thing about when you're playing defense like this, when you're having to wait, you get your juices fired up. You know, you really kind of get revved up. They just got to stay calm and patient, ready for the snap, know that they're going to take a lot of time, and when that ball snaps, they just got to fire off.
They've been doing that to start the second half. Man, 15 seconds on the play clock, 12 seconds, and East Grand Rapids is not even in formation. Quarterback Josh McCune, Jr., taking his time. Marlowe behind him. Get an early timeout. East Grand Rapids.
Yeah, a little interesting timeout there. Felt like they had still plenty of time to get a playoff.
This third quarter is also brought to you by Burgess Surveying. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that has been serving the West Michigan community and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services, whether you're a homeowner who is looking to establish your property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants the project to be completed efficiently and timely. Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of your clients. They're located in downtown Byron Center. Give them a call, 616-277-1636, and you'll be sure to have a great experience. 2nd and 10, early timeout call for East Grand Rapids. Let's keep the ball. Snap. Handoff to Marlowe up the middle, breaks a tackle, but instead runs into a host of defenders. As South Christian's defensive front has been stout this game. Cody Jones, Ben Buter, Nathan Potter, Gavin Bauma. That front four for South Christian has stood strong in the second half.
Yeah, they're fired up on that one. Again, they got a lot of positive energy on the Sailor sideline, and you can see that, they want, they're hungry to get the ball back.
They can do that here, 3rd and 8. 8:12 to go in this game. Sailors looking to get off the field again. One pass attempt was incomplete at the end of the second quarter. We'll see if the Pioneers will look to throw here again. Goosen in motion, handoff to Marlowe, gets a lane up the middle. Nice couple blocks, plenty of room to run as he crosses the 40, and a big 3rd down conversion keeps the Pioneers offense on the field.
Yeah, huge first down right there. Good play again by the quarterback, and that's when the Sailors really need that stop. They really need that 3rd down stop, because as we can see, now another 3 minutes are going to come off this quarter.
And we are down to 7:37 to go in this 3rd quarter. And East Grand Rapids, I believe, has run 7 plays to start this second half of action.
And while that happens, the Sailors' offense is getting cold on the sidelines.
Absolutely. Handoff. Or no option, actually. Fake handoff option to the right side. Quarterback McCune takes. The ball is on the turf. They're going to say, is he down? No, it's going to be going to South Christian. And East Grand Rapids was putting together a picture-perfect drive. Instead, coughs it up again for the second time today. Second fumble for Josh McCune. Cody Jones on the recovery. South Christian's going to go the other way.
And I think that was, again, I think Noah Klump was in there on the tackle on the forced fumble. Kind of hard to tell from there. But, again, great pursuit by the Sailors. Tough giving up that big 3rd down, coming back. The quarterback kept down a little option. Wasn't sure if he was going to pitch it and kept it. And a big-time strip for the Sailors is now they got to get the ball, use the momentum. They got to go down and score here.
7-10 this 3rd quarter. Sailors with the opportunity to really finally cut into this 2-touchdown deficit. Svein now on the field for South Christian. Blackport goes in motion, handoff to Osterhaven, patiently waits for his hole, finds it. He busts ahead to the 40-yard line right between that guard tackle. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, EGR loading the box there on first down. The Sailors have been known to run in between the tackles on first down, and they are ready for it. But good job by Osterhaven. He felt he got stopped at the line. Pretty good pursuit to pick up 3 yards.
Yeah, he's a patient tailback, isn't he?
Yep.
He comes out. Vandergreen comes in. A couple nice catches to end that first half. Picked up some good yak, as the kids say, yards after catch. Look for his production here. Sailors have 3 wide to the short side of the field. Ball on their own 40. Motion now. Changes the strength. Blackport and Burgess. Handoff to Vandergreen up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, nice cut, tries to bounce it to the outside, can't, but still picks up another 6 yards. Going to set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, just short, but again, that's the speedy Vandergren. Jesse, it's kind of a little, thunder and lightning right there. Osterhaven's a little more power. And Vandergren, if he gets that hole, he's got some jet speed, just short of the first down.
3rd and 1, ball at 46. 6 minutes to go. Sailors, a couple nice plays to start off the second half. 3rd and short. Another bunch set, trips to the right, motion shifts. Going to go 3 to the short side. Osterhaven in the backfield, gets the handoff, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, tries to push forward, can't. Instead, going to be stopped just short, set up a 4th and 1.
Yeah, they need a little bit better pursuing that left side. Here comes another big 4th down, and looks like they're going to keep Osterhaven in the game here. The power back looks like they need just over a yard here on 4th down. Big play.
3rd, 4th down attempt for South Christian. They're 1 for 2. Looking to convert here as a big play as South Christian needs to get on the board. Snap, goes to Osterhaven. No, instead, reverse to Rock. Rock tries to get upfield, does, cuts it ahead, breaks a tackle, spins out of it, pushes his way forward, and he's hyped up as Easton Rock gets the kind of end-around pitch for the first down, 12-yard pickup for the speedster. First down Sailors. We take a little sigh up here in the booth.
Man, what a play call by Kurt Copeland. They haven't really given it to Rock on a handoff all game. We obviously saw it last week, but big-time fourth-down play on the misdirection. I don't think anyone saw that coming. And a great job by Rock. I mean, he fought for another 6-7 yards after contact.
Gutsy call. They capitalize on it. Give it to Blacksport. The left side. Takes the left side sweep. Cuts it back upfield across the 40. Will pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, again, that was that shotgun 2 running back set right there. And actually, Jesse Vandergren ended up being the lead blocker for Blackport that time. Usually it's the other way around. Blackport's being the lead blocker for Vandergren. So Kurt Copeland mixing it up a little bit right now for the offense.
Been a fun set of play calls here for the OC. 2nd and 7. Just under 4 minutes to go in this game. Ball on the 39-yard line. Middle of the field. Vandergreen gets the handoff, sweep over the left side, tries to cut it upfield. Nice pursuit by those Pioneers defensive backs as they come up to make a tackle. That was 24, Callum Reed. Linebacker, check that.
Yeah, another big play right there by the Pioneers. Thought they might have gone back to the pass right there, but now we kind of set up a 3rd and long, kind of a more obvious passing play. And the Sailors haven't had a lot of success with the passing game. They could use one right here.
They're going to give him 1 yard on that run. Still going to be a 3rd and 6. 2 running backs in the backfield. Play action. Burgess dumps it off to Blackport. Blackport tries to turn the corner, but instead Aldoff comes up and makes the play. Man, that big guy can move as he chased down the running back coming out of the backfield for no gain, setting up another 4th down.
Yeah, in the NFL, that would have been an obvious horse collar, but not so much at the high school level. And he just got taken down by the neck on that backside. Otherwise, I thought he would have had it.
4th and 6, 2:45 to go. Sailors now in another 4th down position. Pretty much have to go for it here. Rock and Osterhaven lined up to the right. Burgess, Fain lined up to the left. Osterhaven now comes back in motion in the backfield, lined up to the left side. Burgess drops back, going to dump it off to Osterhaven. Dangerous play out of the backfield, but instead makes the catch, but gets brought down at the would-be line of scrimmage. No gain, and obviously not enough for the Sailors to get the 1st down. A turnover on downs.
Yeah, tough one right there for the Sailors. They've thrown a lot of those bubble screen passes, kind of keeping Burgess close to the line of scrimmage. Actually had a decent block out there by Blackport, and Osterhaven tried to cut up the field. And again, you got to hand to the Pioneers defense. Just really good pursuit from the back end. And now they get the ball, and they can run it down here, as I'm sure they will try to end the 3rd quarter, as the game's getting shorter and shorter, Bryce.
That was a 5-minute drive before they coughed it up. 2:22 to go. I'd imagine a couple 1st downs, you'll be able to take this one into the 4th. 2:22 to go. East Grand Rapids now 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Gonna take another timeout. Interesting miscommunication or even confusion. The whistle comes in. Shattuck arguing with the ref. They're gonna get the timeout anyways. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio in the Sailor Zone.
Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
Hey, looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks and everything arrives just as fresh as left the farm, skip the grocery store and use code football15 at locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. 1st and 10 for East Grand Rapids. Handoff up to Marlowe. Marlowe pushes away forward, running that fullback dive all game and just taking what the defense gives them, picking up 2.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the Sailors again. They're kind of ready for the dive. They've done a good job at that. Usually the next time he'll try to do quarterback keeper, but again, they're going to have to really stay patient right here. is they got to get a stop and get the ball back because there's only going to be so many possessions left in the game, Bryce.
That stop was huge for East Grand Rapids, not letting South Christian get on the board and left. Play clock seemed to stall out, but instead they hand it off to Marlowe. Marlowe up the middle again, fullback dive, gain of 4. Setups a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, good pursuit again. Potter right there on the tackle, big 79. Good job right there. And now it looks like the play clock's working, and we'll see if they take this one all the way down or not.
1:15 to go. In motion is Blake, number 1. He resets. Pioneers don't like what they see. Coach signaling in a new play. 2 wide receivers to the right. Marlowe lined up in that 4-point stance behind McCune in the backfield. Blake lined up to the left and slot. He goes in motion again. Handoff up the middle to Marlowe. He pushes ahead. I think spins across for the first down. Nice run. Big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, good job by the Pioneer offensive line. Big play right there. They needed that first down, as now they should be able to take this down to the 4th quarter.
47 seconds to go. East Grand Rapids will be a one last playoff. Everything is looking the Pioneers' way right now. First and 10, ball on the 48.
Yeah, they're going to have to snap it. There's about a 7-second difference in the play clock in the quarter.
McHugh now operating. 7 seconds to go on the play clock. Takes the snap. Fake to Marlowe. Runs up behind him. Gets knocked down but stumbles ahead forward for 4. Takes this one to the end of the 3rd. Pioneers in excellent position right now as we'll go into the 4th quarter. East Grand Rapids up 14-0 on South Christian. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
Exceptional oral care from Grand Rapids to Reed City? Trust the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. With 2 convenient locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, we make even complex procedures seem easy. Whether you need wisdom teeth removed, multiple tooth extractions, or a dental implant consultation, we offer flexible scheduling. Our team works seamlessly with your general dentist to provide safe and accessible care. Call us today at 616-361-7327 or visit GrandRapidsOralSurgery.com.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Welcome back to the 4th quarter of action here at Byron Center High School. Taylor, keys to the 4th quarter for South Christian.
Well, obviously they got to get the ball back. It's going to be hard to do. So I think the key is getting a stop in 3 downs before they can get first downs and waste the whole clock and the whole quarter.
Or another turnover as the fake fullback dive. Keeper stays with McCune. Stumbles ahead forward. He's going to be short of the first down, but setting up a 3rd and 1.
And he's done a good job at that all night. They show the dive, and then he keeps it, and he follows that left side. They got that great offensive line by East Grand Rapids, led by Grant Adloff on that left side, and they just go right behind him. And here we go again. They're just going to kind of stall out.
21 seconds to go on the play clock. Offensive line not even in their stance yet. It's been an ugly game, really, for both sides. The turnovers, takeaways are the difference makers. And credit to East Grand Rapids defense as well.
Yep.
Kept South Christian in check. Wow. I think we're going to get another timeout.
Wow.
That's all 3 timeouts for East Grand Rapids.
Yeah, Bryce, I think they kind of see this as a big play. 3rd and 1. They know if they get the first down, they're going to run another 2-3 minutes off it. I think their coach really just didn't kind of love what he's seen, or maybe he's setting up 2 play calls here where they can know if they don't get it on 3rd down, they got their play call in so they can go for it on 4th down to stay on the field.
Landscape of free buffet for the deer. Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Pivotal third down for South Christian. They got to get off the field. 3rd and 1, ball on the 43-yard line. East Grand Rapids going in. Bunch, tight, just tight set for East Grand Rapids. They stack all their players to the right. They're going to follow him as McCune with the keeper, not even touched until he gets down to the 35-yard line. More than enough for a first down. East Grand Rapids fired up on that.
Great job by the East Grand Rapids offensive line. They kind of went to a bunch goal line set right there. Maybe that's why they took the timeout. They knew what they wanted, and they had to get into it, and great execution from the Pioneers.
Wanted to get their personnel in, and it worked as they set up another first down, ball on the 35-yard line, and again, no urgency for East Grand Rapids.
Another thing that this is doing is giving their offensive line a lot of time to rest. So by the time they snap the ball, those guys are pretty well rested, and they're really jumping off that line.
Same set as what we saw on that third down. They run a similar play over that right side. That time defended nicely by South Christian. That's a really good point because you got a lot of guys who play both sides for East Grand Rapids. Adloff, Goosens, Berkey, a few others playing both ways, and this does give them a breather.
Yeah. Good job by Schultz coming in there. Haven't called his number much today. He's a defensive back, sophomore, and these defensive backs, they're not throwing the ball tonight, so they got to find ways to be impactful, and I think they got to start blitzing, trying to get back in the backfield, make them try to throw the ball.
2nd and 8 in motion now is Blake. Handoff to Marlowe. No keeper. That time Bauma all over it. Snuffed that one out from the start. First time feels like a minute since South Christian got a negative play. Sets up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I would say that'd probably be the biggest bright spot here for the Sailors defense. And we've called Bauma's name a lot in the second half. He's doing a really good job staying home. Every time they don't give the dive, it seems like they're going right at him. And he's got a tough job with that left side of the offensive line. Good pursuit there by number 8.
We'll need him again. If you're the Sailors, 3rd and 10. 4 wide. Only one pass attempt for East Grand Rapids. They've looked to throw the ball more, but instead they hand it off to Marlowe. Marlowe, nice run up the middle. Shattuck the whole time, I imagine, was thinking, hey, we're going for it on 4th.
Yeah, I really think that 3rd down play will set up this 4th down play. They knew they could run the dive right there, get 3. It looks like they got about 5 yards right there. And you know, Bryce hates it. This is a huge play here for the Sailors. If they want any hope in getting the ball back twice, they got to get a stop right here.
Check that was Liam Andres on the carries. He's still in the game, that fullback position. And you're absolutely right, Taylor. This is, I don't want to say it's the game with 8:16 to go, but this is a huge play for South Christian if they want to stay in this game. Reverse goes to Blake on that right side. He's got blockers, cuts up field, has to get to the 25, and he's going to be just short. It really depends on where those ball's placed.
Close. This is a huge spot right here from the officials.
If that one is touching the line, I think that's a first down. We got a Sailor down on the field. Van Salkema, no, he's all right.
It looks like he's just short right here, but they might bring the chain game out.
No,
they're calling it.
They're calling it.
Wow.
Big stop, Taylor. 8 minutes to go in this game. Sailors get off the field.
Yeah, I felt like East Grand Rapids had him on the end around. I wasn't quite sure. Couldn't tell who made the tackle there for the Sailors. A couple guys in there, but man, in a game of inches, Bryce, that was as big as it gets for Danny Brown's defense.
We got some decent production up here, some good cameras, some good operators, but we don't have replay to verify that spot. So instead, South Christian gets the ball back, and Taylor, as you already mentioned before, you got to score here because I don't know if you're going to get 3 more possessions, if not. So Sailors, some pressure on them, 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield, lined up to next to Austin Burgess. Owen Burgess goes in motion, play action pass. He's got Burgess deep. He's going to sling it to him on a wheel route. Looking for Burgess, makes the catch, keeps the foot in bound. Heck of a pass, heck of a catch. Burgess to Burgess. That connection was waiting there all day long and finally got it for a 32-yard completion.
Yeah, Jake Vermas, the former Sailor great, told me at halftime, they got to get Owen Burgess involved. He's your all-state wide receiver. They come out first down. They usually run it on first down, but a little wheel route there from Owen. Austin put it right where he can got a great play by the senior, Owen Burgess.
It was a great call on the wheel route. Had him in the flat, but I think they were waiting for that wheel route to open up, and they made him pay. 7:41 to go. 1st and 10 from the 43. Handoff to Osterhaven, who he waits patiently, gets through that left side of the line on that hash, pushes his way forward for 4.
Yeah, a little tempo here, Bryce, a little tempo from Danny Brown's offense. I think it was a good play call right there. Osterhaven picked up 5, but again, they got to show some urgency right here. Even though they're huddling, they got to hustle up to the line of scrimmage. And I'd love to see them keep going to Burgess, finding ways to get him the ball.
Get number 2 the ball, good things tend to happen. 7 minutes to go, just over. Austin Burgess rolls right as he gets flushed out of the pocket, chased down, and throws it away. Great pursuit by the running back linebacker combo, Brody Marlowe. He's got some words afterwards too, as his teammates calling him off, saying, hey, no costly penalties.
Yeah, getting a little chippy down there, especially on these quarterback hits after the throw, and looks like possibly a cramp down there.
Timeout for injury here. We'll take a quick break as well. Be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Cello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs in each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to ucellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
Coming out of the break, Burgess drops back to back. Pressure coming. He gets swarmed, brought down. Zach Caswell beat his man, that right tackle.
Huge.
Burgess down for a sack.
Huge sack right there for the Pioneers on 3rd down. And now we got a tough situation. See what Kirk Copley can draw up on 4th and 12. Last time they had a 4th down play, they went to the end around of rock. Let's see what kind of creativity they can muster up here, as this is another huge play for the Sailors.
Yeah, to a really worst-case scenario on that play, taking the sack, taking the loss, setting up a 4th and long as got Coach Copeland next to us, frustrated. But his boys had the opportunity to make a big play here. 4th and 12, ball on the 45-yard line. Burgess 5 wide, drops back, pressure coming again. Gonna have to huck it away as he finds Osterhaven streaking across the middle at the line of scrimmage, but absolutely nowhere to go as Cade Goosens, little linebacker, comes up and makes a play.
Yeah, not much Austin Burgess could do there. He tried to stay in the pocket. They were 5 wide, and that defensive line pursuit by the Pioneers have really just kind of owned the Sailors' offensive line. And when the Sailors needed to stop, or needed the offensive line to protect Austin, just to give him a little more time, as he had to make a deep, 12-yard pass to get that 1st down, he had no other option but to throw it over in the flats.
Massive credit to this East Grand Rapids Pioneers defense. They've answered the bell each time. They set their offense back on the field. 6 minutes to go.
Sailors got all 3 timeouts, Bryce, but I think their defense has got to be aggressive. Another thing to watch right here is the Sailors, they're going to start trying to strip the ball out, try to get another big turnover.
Bunch right. Same play we've seen a couple times now already. Quarterback just follows the masses on that right side. Stumbles ahead for 2.
If they stay in that formation, Bryce, it almost feels like East Grand Rapids is almost okay not really being aggressive and getting the 1st down, but I think they're playing the clock game more than they're actually trying to get that 1st down, if that makes sense.
They are. No turnovers, too. Safe
right.
play. Hey, Weingarts is bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll right up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong, season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way. 5:54 to go. We had an injured sailor on the field. Maybe cramps, but just been a tale of really solid defense here for East Grand Rapids. I think they've caused some turnovers. Special teams has made some plays, but the Pioneer defense has caused a ton of problems.
Yeah.
And really put South Christian in a lot of negative yard plays and negative positions and third, fourth, and longs.
Yeah, a lot of third and fourth and long. It's been hard for Austin Burgess to really get comfortable in there to step up in the pocket, knowing that defensive pursuit has been in his face. He's really having a hard time being able to step up in the pocket and really kind of rip one up the middle.
Now McCune on the opposite end, opposite quarterback. And this time they bunched right, but motion their guys after the snap to the left as McCune tries to follow the herd. Sailors make the stop, set up another 3rd and 8. Danny Brown pocketing his timeouts.
Yeah, I think he kind of has to. You're down 2 scores. I think you got to try to get this 3rd down stop, play the clock game, hope they punt, and then try to score fast and save those timeouts for the end of the game if you have another opportunity. But be curious to see if the Pioneers, looks like they're going to get out of that goal line bunch formation. They might go back to the original veer here on a 3rd and long.
3rd and 8, ball on the 47-yard line. McCune lined up in that veer with the fullback on 4 points stance behind him. He hands it to Marlowe. Marlowe just pushes his way forward, tries to get a couple yards, and maybe gets 1. Going to set up a 4th down, and I think this time we're going to get a timeout. We do. Timeout, Danny Brown.
A good pursuit there by Cody Jones up the middle.
It's the first timeout the Sailors will take in this game. 2 timeouts. This is probably play of the game here.
Yeah, you got to think so. You got to think again. You know, they had a big 4th down stop last possession, but if they don't get this one, the way East Grand Rapids has decided to play this game, they're really just going to be out. The Sailors are going to run out of time. So, Coach Burgess's defense, he's got him down the field right now, trying to fire him up. I'd be really curious to see if East Grand Rapids, risk it with possibly a play-action pass. We haven't seen that. It seems like if there ever is a time for a winning play-action pass, this would be the time to do it for the Pioneers.
A wrinkle the Sailors haven't seen. East Grand Rapids, a storied program, 5-5 last year, 7-3 the year before that, 4-6, 3-6. So program not necessarily where they expect it to be, and opportunity to get right tonight. Looking to do that. Final 5 minutes to go. Pioneers will punt though. Give the ball back to South Christian, trusting that defense as Burgess fields the punt, almost not cleanly, but is able to gain control. And he does. Fields at the 20-yard line. That's where South Christian will start.
Yeah, you can tell Owen's getting a little antsy down there. He hasn't had a lot of touches. He really wanted an opportunity to return that one, try to make a big special teams play. But we're going back to the offense here, Bryce, and they got to play with pace, and they're going to have to mix in some pass and run here.
They do. You can't keep, based off what we've seen the last drive, I don't know if you can let Austin Burgess just step back in the pocket with the way this defensive line has been playing.
Yeah, really need the offensive line to really step up here in the 4th down, try to go 80 yards in about 2 minutes to give yourself another opportunity to score.
All right, here we go. 4 wide for the Sailors. Balance set. Osterhaven line up to the left. Ball at their own 20, right hash. Burgess drops back, and there's that pressure as Burgess tries to spin out of it, but he cannot, as a host of Pioneers are in on the action. Grant Adloff comes up with the sack.
Yeah, again, kind of the story of the game, their defensive line against our offensive line, and Austin Burgess had no options right there. And I'd be curious to see if maybe they're just going to try to throw some quicker routes right here to get the ball out of his hands a little faster.
Whit Norden, number 55, caused Burgess to step up into the hands of Adloff. Now Burgess throws a comeback route to Rock. Rock makes the grab. Nice tackle by that East Grand Rapids
That time East Grand Rapids blitzed with a linebacker off the left side and almost got to Burgess, but good job stepping in there, and great catch by Rock. But they got to go fast here.
Yeah, surprising to see them in the huddle.
Yeah.
3:54 and ticking. Big 3rd and 10. Obviously, this is 4-down territory, so not sure what's holding South Christian up, but they have 3 wide to the left, wide side of the field. Gets the snap. Rolls to his left, looking deep, slings it deep to Burgess. That one's going to have to come back and get, and he can. That one's underthrown. Nice defense. His 2 Pioneers are in the area.
Yeah, had to throw across his body on that one, Bryce. Another rollout, design rollout, which the Sailors feel like they kind of have to do with the way the line has been kind of owned by the Pioneers. But having to throw the fly route across your body is a hard thing to do for Austin, and possibly could have been picked there by the Pioneers. So Sailors kind of catch a break.
Dangerous throw thrown into double coverage. Hey, stay tuned for the Bob's Collision post-game show. We will hand out the Big O's Smokehouse Player of the Game. Go over all tonight's action, the stats, and look ahead to next week as the South Christian Sailors will welcome in the West Catholic Falcons. The game will take place at East Kentwood High School. Meanwhile, East Grand Rapids will play Grand Rapids Christian, a familiar opponent the Sailors knocked off week 1, 27-13. East Grand Rapids made the playoffs 10 of the last 11 seasons. Finished the OK Black. And
yeah, it doesn't get any easier for the Sailors coming up. You know, very good West Catholic team, and then a highly ranked Zeeland West team as their next 2 games.
Defending state champ.
Yeah. New coach, though.
Greg Shillito.
Yeah, retired.
Shillito, yeah, he's
Called it.
I think we'll still see the wing tee, though.
Yeah, safe bet.
All right, 4th and 10. Play the game again here as Burgess drops back. Pressure comes. He's going to have to hurl it up, and he can. As my goodness, this East Grand Rapids Pioneer defensive line has wreaked havoc on this Sailor front. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, Zach Caswell having a great game and just got in there and took Burgess down. And he really didn't have much of an option. He tried to stay in the pocket, and no receivers open for the Sailors. And so unfortunately, Bryce, that might do it right here, as now the Pioneers, 5 yards out from another touchdown.
If you count sacks as rushing yards, Austin Burgess with -27 rushing yards in today's game. And unfortunately, I cannot blame him, as that defensive front led the way by all-area player Grant Adloff. 2 timeouts for South Christian. Now it looks like almost a shotgun set as McCune tries to follow his running back, but instead gets forced back into the mess right behind center. Nice stop for South Christian. Quick timeout for Danny Brown.
Yeah, good pursuit there for the Sailors. Their team, they're resilient. Danny's going to make these guys play the final whistle. He's going to use his timeouts. Anything can happen. They're going to try to get a turnover and a big play, and they're not going to give up. And that's the one thing about a Danny Brown football team. You're always going to see these guys playing hard all the way to the end.
We're seeing that here. And you're a coach, Taylor. You had a great line before. Don't stack up negative plays. Unfortunately, saw that tonight. Imagine just a maddening set. Maddening game for Danny Brown and co.
It's frustrating because they never have been able to get any rhythm on offense. And it was such kind of a bad start. It put them in this hole where East Grand Rapids just totally changed their game plan to where they're just playing the clock game, kind of similar to what South Christian did against Unity last year to upset them in the playoffs. So you got to hand it to East Grand Rapids. They're doing a really good job at what they came here to do. But, again, it kind of goes back to that first quarter with those mistakes that led to scores. So Sailors have played behind. And when you play against a team that wants to stall, you can't play from behind.
That's the position they have been in as we're at 3:19 to go. Sailors with 1 timeout. They can stop here. I imagine they'll use it. McCune, Reed to the right. Kind of tries to cut up field, does. Picks up maybe 2.
Yeah, clump there again on the stop.
3rd and 3 with 3 minutes to go. Clock is ticking down. Sailors need a stop here again. I feel like we've been saying that a lot tonight. Sailors needing the stop. And oftentimes, South Christian able to get the stop, but offense cannot capitalize on the other side. So, all right, 3rd and 3, 2:35 to go. McCune, power set to the right, follows his blockers up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, East Grand Rapids. Josh McCune with his second score of the night puts this one away. 2:28 to go in this game.
Yeah, good job by the quarterback there again. Faked the dive, went over on the right side, and really just didn't face a lot of pressure and was able to kind of put this game away with a big score for the Pioneers.
Point after. Will Klein. Kick is up. It is good. 21-0 is your score here at Nichols Athletic Center on the campus of Byron Center High School, home of the South Christian Sailors for this Friday night outing.
Yeah, tough night here for the Sailors. But again, younger team, new quarterback, back at home, even though you're always kind of on the road. But I think it's just going to show next week how much resilience this team's going to have. It's another big home game back at East Kentwood. We got the community tailgate. Make sure everybody comes out to that. That starts around 5 o'clock. So it'll be a great atmosphere. And if I know Danny Brown and these teams, these guys are going to bounce back in a pretty good way.
Good call out to the community tailgate. That was a massive turnout last year. I remember that. So that'll be fun too. And then to your point there, they went 4-0, lost the next 4. Thought you were maybe dead in the water with a difficult Catholic Central game last year. Won that one, went to the playoffs, and had a great playoff run. And so you're right. There's very rarely much given up at the South Christian program. Klein now on the kickoff. Sky and kick. Must be fielded by Vandegreen. Vandegreen on the return. Cuts it upfield, breaks a couple tackles, gets knocked down at the 33. That's where South Christian will get the ball.
Yeah, good return there by Jesse. And as a coach right here, Danny's still able to get some work on some things. The 2-minute drill, there's 2:23 left. They're going to be in this spot at another point in the season. So as a coach, you kind of take this situation. You don't worry about the score, but it's more about, hey, we got an opportunity to execute one timeout with 2 minutes to go in the game, see if we can come down and get a score.
I was going to ask you just that. I was going to say, you've been in this position. Teams haven't played well. It's been an off night. You have a big deficit, but you got some minutes on the clock to get some action. And you're right. They can use this as we're seeing a new quarterback, Houston Wildeboer, in the game. The 6-foot sophomore will get some snaps at quarterback.
Yeah, they put in some subs here, which I understand as well. Good handoff.
Nikliski. Kyle Nikliski, number 28, gets the carry. First big run in a while for South Christian. 20-yard scamper.
Yeah, a lot of subs in right there. This is the JV starting quarterback, sophomore Houston Wildeboer, another 3-sport athlete, plays basketball, or baseball as well. And again, another good opportunity to get this kid some reps. You never know what's going to happen in football season. Injuries happen, so using the 5th quarter rule, pretty smart here by Coach Brown.
I won't ask you this time if he's going to play varsity basketball. Keep that one in the pocket.
I appreciate it.
Hand off to Nikliski. He goes on the left side, breaks a couple tackles. Nice couple runs for Kyle Nikliski. He had a carry earlier in the first half. Didn't see much action after that. Now he's getting some carries here as we are just about the 2-minute mark.
They're trying to get it in fast. Coach Burgess using the wristband to get Houston the play call, and you gotta be able to run it a little bit, get them settled in. But I'd like to also see him kind of rip one right here, just to see if we can get some confidence going with the passing attack.
1:41 to go. Nikliski lined up next to Wildeboer. Handoff to Kyle Nikliski up the middle, gets popped at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a yard.
That's the thing about Kyle. I mean, he initiates that contact just as much as they do with him. And the sign of a good runner to me is, do they fall forward? And Kyle Naglitsky, for a sophomore, strong legs, he tends to always fall forward. So good pop there by Kyle.
We saw last week the three tailbacks each had 8+ carries. Osterhaven and Vandergreen both had 10. And you're right, when you go down 14-0 just like that, you can't get those guys involved, and that's the key of the night. Wildeboer, hand off to Naglitsky now, tries to go to the left side, that time swarmed and brought down by number 23, Liam Andrus.
Yeah, 4th down here. Looks like it's going to be a 3-second difference in the play clock, so the Sailors do have to run a play here.
A lot of stats that aren't pretty for South Christian. One of them is going to be 1 for 10 on 3rd down conversions in this game. It's one of those nights is play clock is at 20, game clock is at 13. This one will go down to the whistle here as East Grand Rapids comes in with a big upset on South Christian. 21-0 is your score tonight. Big bounce back win for the Pioneers and tough one for the South Christian Sailors as well. We will take a quick break here and we'll be right back after this on Michigan Sports Radio and the Sailor Zone.
It's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50 plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Is your landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
$21-0 is your score here at Byron Center High School. South Christian lost to East Grand Rapids. Welcome into the Bob's Collisions post-game show. Bob's Collision, your host for tonight's post-game action. Bob's Collision Service located at 3731 Eastern Avenue is here for all your collision repair needs, from minor fender benders to heavy collisions. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1967. They take pride in what they do, using state-of-the-art technology and materials along with iCar Platinum certification to repair your car. Let them help you sail through your collision repairs. Call them at 616-245-5161. Well, ugly game for South Christian, as it's really been a tale of 2 halves in the sense, my goodness, tale of 5 minutes in that first quarter. South Christian gets the ball early in this game, the first series. Second play, snap goes over Austin Burgess's head, and as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, I don't know if he really saw it when he tried to field it or felt the defender. Instead, Pioneers jumped on it for an early 7-0 touchdown. South Christian got the ball back, had to punt. That one got blocked, set up East Grand Rapids in fantastic field position that led to a Josh McCune touchdown run of his own. not a lot happening on offense for either teams the rest of the game until this fourth quarter, where there was one drive in the fourth quarter of action. 3-play, 5-yard drive that came off a turnover on down. So, Taylor, we talked a little bit at the end of the broadcast and at the end of the game just about what the message is for South Christian, but you're the coach of this team. What are you telling the boys after a game like this?
Yeah, Bryce, it's difficult, as a coach before the season. You kind of look at your schedule and you kind of circle games that, we'll be favored in, we got to win. But that's why you play the game, and you got to hand it to East Grand Rapids. I think if I'm Danny Brown, I think he's going to give a ton of credit to their team and their coaching staff, especially their lines. I think sometimes you just got to admit when you kind of got beat. And I think in football, when you can't control the line of scrimmage on offense or defense, it makes things a little bit difficult. But this South Christian team, they're resilient, they're young, they're hungry. They're going to bounce back like I know they can, and they're going to make some really good adjustments from the coaching staff. I know these guys, they're going to meet, they're going to watch a ton of film, and coming off a big win, sometimes a loss can kind of change your mindset a little bit. You can kind of refocus a little bit and get back to the fundamentals of things that you really need to work on.
Opportunity to improve, of course, going forward, but looking back to this 21-0 win, interesting stat line as 8 first downs East Grand Rapids to South Christian's 6, 48 yards rushing for the Sailors, 92 passing for South Christian, 150 total yards. And again, what makes this game so interesting is you see 21-0, but that score is different than what the story tells us, because East Grand Rapids finished the game with 102 yards of their own. So South Christian outgained them with 150 yards. Fumbles, turnovers, of course, were the difference makers. Josh McCune had 2 fumbles of his own that really kept the Sailors in the game, or gave the South Christian team, a little bit of life here and there. But of course, that offense just couldn't quite convert. And the stat of the game, Taylor, I think, is third down conversions. East Grand Rapids 6 for 10, South Christian 1 for 10.
Yeah, and it seemed like they were long ones. It felt like it was third and long a lot, and it was kind of an obvious passing situation. And really, South Christian wants to run the ball, and they really want to get 4 or 5 yards with their tailbacks. And it just didn't seem like they were able to do that and gain that rhythm to those short third downs, which made things really difficult on Austin Burgess.
Burgess finished the game 11 for 19, 92 yards passing. Josh McCune went 0 for 1, 0 yards passing, but he made the plays when they needed them. 19 carries, 35 yards. Owen Burgess finished with 2 catches, 41 yards of his own. No wide receivers for East Grand Rapids getting in on the action. All right, Big O's Smokehouse play of the game. Taylor Johnson, who's your pick?
Yeah, we're going to have to go over to the Pioneer side here tonight, and I think it's a superstar junior, Grant Adloff. Number 75, junior defensive lineman, offensive lineman, one of the highly ranked recruits on the line. Looks like he's taken some Big Ten visits recently to Michigan State, to Iowa, and he's got a couple offers, Toledo, Western Michigan. This is a kid you're going to see play on Saturdays. I can guarantee you that. And he's only a junior, and he established his presence on both sides of the football tonight. I mean, it wasn't just him. There's a couple other linebackers and D-lines, but if there's one guy I felt like really controlled the game, it really felt like it was Adloff, who really made his presence known on both sides. So you got to give it to the lineman.
Look at us, giving the player of the game to a left guard. No, he was fantastic all night long on both sides of the ball, leading the way for the run game and getting to the quarterback. A couple sacks for the junior superstar. Big O's Smokehouse Player of the Game brought to you by Big O's Smokehouse, part of the South Christian family. Big O's Smokehouse is proud to serve our community with high-quality snacks and gift ideas. Our beef jerky and snack sticks are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go snacking. Meal prep for the aspiring athletes or gifting. They're also great additions to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift boxes, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs. An ideal gift for friends, family, and your business. Plus, enjoy case pricing to stay on budget with your weekly meal prep. Well, that'll do it for us here at Byron Center High School. South Christian welcomes in West Catholic, rematch from last year's thriller. East Grand Rapids will play Grand Rapids Christian next as they bounce back nicely after the first week 1 loss. We'll cover the action live, video, and audio, of course, next week at East Kentwood High School, and we're delighted to bring you the game. You can catch all the action here on Michigan Sports Radio.